Minister Tue, the former vice president, I attended a town hall meeting with the former vice president yesterday, and he was clear. He talked about the recent deaths in the country, and the issue about the deaths is that the government is not. I mean, just recently you guys started to talk about giving reward, but my question is, why is the president of our country? I mean, all deaths are important, but two former president's sons have been allegedly murdered. Why is the president silent? He has not said a word to even comment. The former president Salif, she's trying to tweet out about it. Why is the president silent on these deaths? I mean, the Minister of Justice is not talking. When you reach out to him, he tells you that he's not right down to come on in the public eye. But that's why when the CEO said that you are basically doing other jobs because you've been speaking on it, you've been like giving information on it. But the president is yet to speak on any of these death issues. And moreover, I mean, you're close to the president. You guys, you were here right now, I believe. But he's not. When will the president talk to us, like have a press conference to the Liberian people and so forth, and even speak on all of these broad issues? We don't hear the president say anything.
I think the president is going to communicate. The president is going to speak on these issues. The president is making sure that the police is on top of its game. He has mandated that we really find more resources for the police. And next year, there are going to be recruitment for the police because of that. We're going to increase the number of police force, improve the logistics of the police, put police into communities, and try to make sure that we sustain the police at that level. All of those are things that the president's doing. We hear you out. Many times people like to hear the president's voice, but the president is working in very, very different ways and assuring calm. When things were haywire here, it was not the president's speech. For example, when students stood in front of the president and blocked his vehicle, you know what I mean? When students, girls, mainly, blocked a president's vehicle, that was the lowest point in my career, in my service as minister. I think in the president's as well, people blocking, there's confusion in the country. You think that speech turned that around? No, it's the president's insistence.
Are you guys encouraging the president not to speak and address this nation on this issue, Minister Tue? But Minister Tue, if you're saying that, well, we talk about people dying. We talk about someone blocking the president's car. As somebody said, we are talking about the death, all death in the country when it comes about our Liberian people. President George Weah should be shaken. But imagine, we are talking about two former president sons allegedly murdered. The image, you, Minister Tue, you came to Washington, D.C. You fought the opposition. You advocated for this country. You and Nathaniel McGill and others. And saying the country is better. We want to have a bicentennial program. Give us the chance. And now these things are happening. Our president that we so love, he's not speaking. And you saying, but because students stood in front of the car, the president speak quietly? Is it time to be speaking quietly, sir?
He's going to speak.
Where is wait. Where is the president on this issue? Where is President George Weah that he can get on social media and say something and address the nation? Why are we not hearing from him? The people are getting discouraged. They are crying, Minister Tue. You need to tell him.
You are going to hear from the president. You are going to hear from the president. You're going to hear. That's all I can say. You're going to hear from the president. The president is deeply concerned, alarmed. He's on the side of the Liberian people. He's on the side.
Is it about time that the president do a press conference, sir? To invite press from all over to sit down and have an actual press conference, not a recorded press conference? Is it about time we do that? Can we take Liberia to a whole another level? Can George Weah get all of his comfort? No, Minister Doe, I'm asking Minister Samuel D. Tue.
Right, but it's possible that we have a word.
Minister Doe, you will speak. But give me a minute. This is very, very important because Minister Doe, you will not interrupt. You will not interrupt the CEO, sir, please. You will wait for your turn. When I'm done, Minister Doe, when I'm done, you will speak, sir. Just be patient. Yes, Minister Tue. This is about Liberia. You are from the southeast. I am from the southeast. From Lexington. We all grew up in Liberia together, Monrovia per se, to be exact. We know how this thing works. Can we see George Manneh, we are president of the Republic of Liberia, having a press conference to address the nation and take some tough questions? Why have he not done this 4 years into his government? Why not?
I mean, you know, the presidency sometimes comes with, every president has a certain style, a certain character, a certain way of doing business, a certain uniqueness. Every president has that. You know, so the president will definitely speak to the nation. In terms of press conferences, I see, yes, the president will be able to do a press conference before the end of his tenure. I see that it's going to happen. He invite the press. He invited the press at Jamaica the other time, and he talked to all of the press people. I don't know if any school representative was there.
No, they did a secret invite. It was a secret invite. We want to hear the side. We don't know. Listen now. We want to hear. If you go back to Charles Taylor, if you go back to Samakayan Do, you know that the president is about to speak. You hear bam 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 bam. He do a live speech, not a recorded speech. He sit down and take question, not a prepared question. Can we address this issue? Can we take Liberia to hold another dimension before 2023 election? You sitting on spoon, minister. You been here before. You host no bar. You take all questions. Why are you guys hiding George Manneh Weah? Are you guys doing him any justice? Can he come down on earth and speak to his Liberian people? Can he do that?
He will. The president will speak. The president interacts with Liberian people. He will speak to the Liberian people. In terms of press conference, I see him doing a press conference before the end of his tenure. If you're asking for that, I think you're going to have that.
But why only end of the tenure?
He has spoken to the press. He invited you, and I think he'll invite you all to a press conference. There's no question here that the president can't answer.
So then why
he can't answer?
Prior to 2016-2017 election, we saw George Manneh Weah in every corner, in every Clara town, in every Newton town, in every Grand Bassel. He was moving, he was fighting for the people, but we are seeing a new, different George Manneh Weah that we cannot understand. He is now the president. Don't you think when we talk about the bread and butter issue and when he can speak on this issue, it will help to alleviate the fear? We are talking about former president children dying, and nobody knows how the cause of death. It's been how many months since John Tubman? It's been how many weeks since Richard Bill Tolbert III? The president has children. God forbid, should this happen to any of his children? We are not wishing for it. Can he step up and address the nation and bring up a hope to the hopeless? Minister Twain, can you talk to your friend?
I'm aware.
When?
Yeah. Let me say that the president is going to speak on that matter. And in the matter of engaging with the media, yes, that's a case you're making. It's a fair case, you know. And I think you look forward to that opportunity of the president engaging with the media publicly.
Let get Minister Asido to ask you a question.